is in 2 weeks. Congratulations. My best wishes for both of you.
Thank you. So naturally, we wouldn't want the joy of the occasion to be marred by any unpleasant legal business, you know.
I understand.
So the sooner we could have Miriam locked up, the better. I mean, for her sake, of course.
It would be a relief to you both, I'm sure.
So anything that you can do to smooth things over would be very much appreciated.
I understand.
Is there anything that I can do that would make it worth your while?
Well, of course there is the Hollister Mall account.
Well, as it turns out, Charles is in the market for another attorney. I'll see what I can do.
I think you and I will get along fine, Miss Lawson. Just fine.
Jason! Good morning, buddy.
What do you say, Gene? How's it going?
Hey, it's going fine. You know, Jason, I can't thank you enough for your help with Jimmy.
Just glad that he's home safe and sound.
Yeah, me too. You know, we had a long talk yesterday, and it seems there were a couple of kids in his class that were extorting him.
In junior high school?
That's right, seventh grade. They started taking his lunch money from him every day, and then they started pressuring the poor kid for more. And Jimmy was so terrified he didn't know what to do.
Well, that's why he stole the money.
Yep.
Oh, the poor guy. I can't believe that things are going like that in the school today.
I can't either, I tell you. And no wonder crime is an epidemic these days. I mean, it's ridiculous. Go, Jason, go ahead and have a seat.
Thanks.
It's really crazy.
Well, maybe I ought to bring this up at the commissioners' meeting. Isn't school crime double what it was last year?
I'm afraid so, yeah.
What else is on the agenda?
Well, take a look at this.
Oh, what's that? Resurfacing Rose Island Road? Why, isn't that the road that leads out to the Fitzgerald Mill?
Exactly, and turn it around there, Jason. You know, Fitzgerald's wife is Commissioner Egan's sister.
My, isn't that an interesting coincidence? Well, we'll put a stop to that.
Whoa, Jason, hey, wait on, man. That's not gonna be too easy. Now, you know, Commissioner Egan has a lot of friends in this county, dude. I mean, you know, he's been commissioner for a lot of years, and there's a lot of folks that owe him a lot of favors.
Yeah, well, I owe a lot of folks favors, the folks that voted me into office. I promised them I'd put a stop to this corruption, and I intend to do just that.
You mean it?
You bet your life I mean it. I didn't get into politics to make friends. I got into it because I believe in the system and I want to see it work.
I guess I should have known that you were different, Jason. If you weren't, I wouldn't be here myself.
Well, I'm thankful that we see eye to eye, Gene. I better get going.
All right.
And don't you worry about Egan. I'll take care of him.
Yeah, Jason, I feel that if there's a man for the job, you're the one.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. I'll see you
Okay.
later.
All right, take care of yourself.
I hope I'm not too early.
Of course not, Liz. Come in, sit down. Can I get you some coffee?
Oh, I'd love some.
Cream and sugar?
Just cream, please. Oh, you know, Jill is so much happier these days. I'm so glad everything worked out the way it did.
Thanks to your help.
Thank you.
You know, if it hadn't been for you and Jeff, Jill and I might never have found each other. I don't know how I can repay you, Liz.
Oh, you're very kind. But it was the Lord's doing, not ours. Have you and Jill been talking about her plans for the future?
Yes, and that's why I wanted to talk to you today. Liz, she seems to have no interest at all in going to college.
Oh, well, I'm not surprised. She never struck me as much of a scholar.
Now, she may change her mind in a few years, but right now, all she seems interested in is the bookstore.
And she's done wonders with it. I mean, the changes she's made, we're actually beginning to show a profit. I mean, just barely, mind you, but it's much better than being in the red.
She does well with that sort of endeavor.
Well, I'm afraid Jeff really never had a knack for it. Oh, he worked at it all right, but somehow his heart wasn't in it. And now he practically lets Jill run the place. He's been spending most of his time with a group of teenagers over at our church.
He is so good with kids. He really has a way of getting through to them. You know, not everybody can.
He really enjoys it. I wish there was some way that he could do it full time. We've talked about starting a halfway house for runaway teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe someday.
Liz, I have a proposition for you and Jeff. I've discussed it with my accountant, and he feels like it would be a wise financial move. I'm interested in buying the bookstore.
Beth!
It would be for Jill, of course, but I'm quite serious.
I can't can't believe it.
It's what Jill wants to do. And perhaps it would give you and Jeff the freedom to pursue the things you really care about.
Well, it would be wonderful, but are you sure you want to do this?
Yes, I'm quite sure. And besides, with what you've told me about Jill, it could turn out to be quite a wise investment. Will you discuss it with Jeff?
I'm just thrilled, Beth. I can't tell you.
And who knows, Liz, this may turn out to be the best for all of us.
My, don't we look sporty today?
I told you Ben and I are going sailing as soon as he's through with rounds. Believe it or not, he's got the rest of the day off.
I was just teasing. I think it's great. You got a beautiful day for it.
I've really been looking forward to it, too. It's so rare that Ben and I get a chance to, I don't know, just do something fun for a change. I wish he'd hurry up.
He was checking on Miriam when I last saw him.
Oh, how's Miriam holding up?
Under the circumstances, extremely well. You know, I think she may prove to be even stronger than any of us thought.
She may have to be.
Hey, hi!
Hi.
Hey, guess what? I got the job.
Oh, that's great.
Thanks, I'm sure, to your recommendation. I feel like celebrating.
Oh, I'm really glad you got the job.
Yeah, I am
The
too.
experience will be great.
Working with Lester will be a big help in med school.
If I decide to go to med school.
Well, this will give you a chance to decide.
There you
I
are.
was looking for you.
Hi, Lori, Russ. Congratulations. I understand
Thank
you'll be
you.
joining the staff.
Yeah, I'm gonna be starting next week.
Good. Well, my dear, we have a very serious matter to discuss. Slight morale problem on the third floor.
Slight morale problem. There's practically armed combat between the doctors and nurses. We better get going.
Yeah, we've got to negotiate a ceasefire. Quick. See you later.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
I'm really happy for you, Russ.
Me too. I'm happy for me too. Hey. Well, don't mind me, Lori. Can I help it if I'm still in love with you?
Harold Webster.
Dina Greeley.
Thank you, thank you. Look, I'm here on behalf of a friend of mine, Miriam Mason. It's a rather unfortunate situation, really. She's in dire need of legal assistance.
Well, what seems to be the problem?
Her father has initiated legal action to have her declared mentally incompetent.
Where's Miss Mason now?
Well, she's a patient over at Kingsley General. Her father has slapped a 72-hour hold on her so they can't release her, but the tragedy is that she was just getting better. You think you could help her?
As a matter of fact, when I was in law school, I worked on the state legislature on some changes in the commitment law. When it comes to mental inquest, I'm something of an expert.
That's fantastic. So you'll take the case?
I'll have to talk to Miss Mason, of course.
Sure.
One question. Has she ever been suicidal?
She did take an overdose of tranquilizers in the hospital. Very nearly died.
That's too bad. You know, legally, the determination if she may be dangerous to herself carries a lot of weight.
Yes, but it might be shown that she did not act alone.
What do you mean?
She had to get those pills from somebody.
Oh, do you think you know who that might be?
I got my suspicions.
I see. Do you suppose I could see her this afternoon?
Oh, sure, the sooner the better. Let me make all the arrangements.
Mr. Webster, your interest in this case, you're just a friend?
I was a friend of her father's and his attorney.
You're a lawyer.
If it wasn't a conflict of interest, I'd represent Miriam myself.
Harold Webster.
Yeah.
The same Harold Webster, Carrie Weaver's attorney?
Well, she contacted me to do some investigative work for her. Why?
Russ Weaver is my client. Perhaps you could help me. What information did you get on their marriage?
Well, what you no doubt already know, that the JP that married him let his commission expire 13 months earlier. Now, their marriage license isn't worth the paper it's written on.
That's what I was afraid of.
Well, look, if I can help you in any other way, please be sure to let me know.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'd appreciate it.
See you this afternoon.
Great.
Okay, bye-bye.
Alex, I'm serious. If you can't prevail upon the doctors to treat my nurses with more respect, we're going to have a major rebellion.
Well, I treat you with respect, don't I?
I'm not talking about you and me, Alex.
Oh, come on now, Terry. So a doctor makes a pass at a pretty nurse. Happens every day. Well, does it?
What?
A pretty girl. What do you expect?
Oh, nonsense, Alex. The situation's gotten entirely out of hand.
listening to me? You know, if you don't make some arrangements for a tax shelter this year, you may find yourself in an entirely different aspect of the construction business.
Well, I expect you to take care of that for me. Why do you think you're the corporate attorney?
Well, that's a relief. I thought maybe I was just another pretty face.
If it were just one nurse and one doctor, I'd understand. But it's the whole lot of them. The doctors treat the nurses like they're their own personal lackeys. Just the other day, Dr. Thompson prevailed upon Susan to pick up his dry cleaning. It's an outrage.
Well, I spoke to Thompson. It won't happen again.
It's their attitudes. It's a disgrace.
You say you want me to take care of things, but you won't let me set up a subsidiary company to offset the tax burden.
Oh, come on. You know I don't go for those phony tax schemes.
Everybody does it. We're getting nowhere fast.
Well, I gotta get back to the site.
But we're not finished.
Well, we'll just have to discuss it later.
Terry, I really think you're making much too much about this.
You have no idea what these nurses go through. There is no reason they have to put up with this kind of abuse.
Now, I'd hardly consider a peck on the cheek a form of abuse.
Terry, Alex, fancy seeing you here.
Jason, nice to see you.
Oh, Sharon Landers, Terry Davidson, and Dr. Alex Greeley.
Nice to see you.
Hi.
Terry and I were just waging the battle of the sexes. It was hot and heavy.
Really?
Who's winning?
We were trying to negotiate a truce between the doctors and nurses on the third floor.
Certainly sounds more interesting than tax shelter.
Oh, Sharon is the corporate attorney for Prescott Development.
Oh,
Well, I gotta be running. Nice seeing you people.
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
My pleasure.
Corporate attorney. That's interesting.
Miriam? Hey, look, I want you to meet Dina Greeley.
Hi, nice to meet you.
She's Miss Dunbar's new law partner.
Oh, really? You're a lawyer? Why does everybody find that so hard to believe?
Look, she's an expert in competency cases.
Oh, good. That's good. Miriam, your father has just instigated a mental inquest warrant to prevent your release.
Well, he means well, really. He doesn't understand what he's doing, that's all.
I know it's not a pleasant thought. But you and your father are, of necessity, adversaries in this affair. It's not going to be easy.
I know. Do I have to go through all those psychiatric tests?
It's possible, but I'm going to try to nip the whole thing in the bud. Now, I'm going to file a writ of habeas corpus.
Habeas corpus in a case like this?
It's been done in other states.
Okay, so you're the expert.
Wait, what if that doesn't work?
Well, then I'm afraid we may have a long, hard fight on our hands, with ultimately no winners.
Hi.
Hi, Peter. What's happening?
Not much. How are you?
Okay. I'm thinking about moving this.
Where?
I don't know. Close to the register. What do you think?
Last week you said it was too close.
Well, just give me a break. I'm trying to get it right. There.
I don't see what difference a couple of inches is gonna make.
That shows what you know about marketing. Impulse buying. The path to the cash register is lined with gold.
Oh, well, next time, why don't you just move the cash register? Hey, have you seen Gary lately?
No, why?
Just wondered.
I gave up the hold-up business, remember? Besides, Gary wasn't much of a wheelman. He panics too easy and he needs practice.
Hey, you should try me sometime. Nerves of steel.
Sure.
How about this Saturday night?
Right. The liquor store on the corner?
No, I was thinking more like dinner and a movie.
What?
Yeah, why don't we go someplace and get a burger and maybe go see a show?
Saturday?
Yeah.
Sure.
Great.
Terrific. What time?
I don't know, let's say you come by and get me at 7.
You turkey.
Well, you don't want to go to my old clunker, do you?
Hey, big boy, I didn't think your mom would let you go out with me. I'm just kidding. Saturday night?
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Terry.
Hey, Gene! Boy, how good to see you.
Ooh, good to see you.
Oh,
You got a minute?
Yeah, come on in, have a seat.
Oh, good, thanks.
Gee, I hope you don't mind the heat. I'm afraid the air conditioning isn't working too well.
Oh, no, it's fine, it's fine.
What can I do for you?
Well, I wanted to talk to you about the house.
Hey, everything's all right, isn't it? Oh, it's not the disposal, isn't it? Mother was always having trouble with that.
No, that's all fine. I mean, the house is absolutely perfect. But, I was wondering, have you had a chance to talk to Mitch about selling the house, or?
I have to be honest with you, Jean. I haven't. What with the new nurse's wing and my concern over Miriam's condition, I just haven't had the time. But look, I promise I'll talk to him this afternoon.
Good. Have you come up with a price? I mean, we're prepared to make an offer if...
No, I don't have any idea how much the house is worth, do you?
No. Hey, don't ask me, Terry. I mean, we're on opposite sides of the fence in this deal.
Do we have to be?
I'm afraid so. You know what you should do? You should get yourself a real estate agent and see if you can come up with some kind of price.
Okay, I will, and then I'll talk to Mitch about the deed.
Good. Have him do a title search. That's normal procedure.
I don't think there's going to be a problem.
No?
Hey, listen, I am really glad that you and Carl are working things out.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Did you hear that she's going to be performing again?
She is?
Yeah, she got a gig in Lake Tahoe. We're all going to go there this summer.
Oh, it sounds like a perfect mix of business and pleasure.
Well, I think it's all business for her, but it's going to be all pleasure for Jimmy and me.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, look, Terry, I don't want to take any more of your time. I got to get back anyway.
Oh, well, it's been a pleasure, Jean. Look, I will get in touch with you just as soon as I check with Mitch and the real estate agent, if that's necessary.
Okay. I appreciate that, Terry.
You're welcome.
All right, lady.
Yeah.
See
Another
you
hug?
later. Yeah. Another hug.
Oh, thank you. And
All
listen,
right.
give my best to Carla.
Will do.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Carl? Carl, well, I certainly never expected to see you over here. You finally come to your senses about Miriam?
Charles, there's something I got to tell you.
Well, what is it?
Miriam has hired me to find Helen.
What?
Miriam's hired me to find Helen.
I heard you the first time. What in the world for?
Well, she's Miriam's mother, remember?
Well, of course, you're not going to do it. That would spoil everything. Miriam's really gone over the edge on this, but I wonder why she wants to see Helen.
Well, maybe it's because her father is trying to have her locked up.
Well, is it any wonder after all the cute tricks she's pulling? Of course, I hope that you played along with her and said that you could take care of it. All that matters is that she thinks you're doing something about it.
Charles, I am doing something about it.
You what?
I told her I'd help her find Helen, and that's what I'm going to do.
You can't do that.
Charles, that girl needs somebody on her side.
She needs help. She needs professional help, and I'm going to see that she gets it. But you, I thought you were on my side, Harold.
I've seen what Nancy's doing to that girl. I can't let this go on anymore.
You are totally disregarding my wishes in this matter, and I warn you, that could be very disastrous.
Don't threaten me, Charles. I don't have time for that. I came by here to tell you that I'm trying to find Helen. I felt I owed you that much. For old time's sake.
Would you like some iced tea?
Sure. The reason I stopped by was because I wanted to check with you on something. Oh,
Yeah?
thank you. Terry, did you want the lab separated from the classrooms?
Jason, we discussed that last week.
Of course. With some sort of room dividers. Now I remember.
Yeah. Not an entirely different area, but just something, you know, some architectural feature that would set up the two areas differently.
Yes, I got the picture. Will do. It was nice seeing you at lunch. Did you and Alex ever reach a truce?
No, I'm afraid not. Oh, doctors and nurses. That battle is as old as medicine itself.
I suppose.
Did you and your attorney get much accomplished?
Well, when it comes to taxes, Cher and I often don't agree. See, she's a brilliant lawyer, but she often neglects the ethical concerns.
Well, if she's looking at tax shelters, I guess so.
Yeah, I guess so. Needless to say, the lunch was less than pleasant. We spent so much time arguing, I didn't have time to eat anything.
Hey, I've got a terrific idea. How would you like one of my super deluxe peanut butter sandwiches?
With grape jelly.
Yeah, you got it. What do you say?
You're on. Beats filet mignon any day.
What's this about, Helen?
I'm through covering up for you, Nancy. I've had it.
You can't do this. It's too late. You'll ruin everything.
All your petty schemes, don't kid yourself. I know what you've been up to. You're the one that should be locked up.
So why don't you call the police?
Thought about it?
Yeah, well, think again. I can ruin you, Harold. Remember the will? One false move, one phone call, and Harold Webster will be flushed down the drain.
Okay. I'm looking for Helen. That doesn't mean I'll find her.